Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 40 of the Goalkeeper Career Mode on FIFA 18. And Man City's fortunes have changed maybe a tiny bit. It's still not been a fantastic start to the season. Let's have a little catch-up of what we've done so far. So we left you after the Arsenal game. We then had the transfer window. I'll go through that in a second. But just to catch up with the results first, we played Burnley. We beat them 2-0. Good win for us there. Then we played the European Championship qualifiers, of which I will also show you the standings because I believe that's finished now. We beat Turkey 2-0. We beat Austria 4-0. We then played Bournemouth away, drew 0-0, disappointing result. Club Brugge in the Champions League, drew 0-0, really disappointing result. Then played Watford at home, beat them 2-0. Then beat Crewe 1-0 in the Carabao Cup. So let's have a little look at the league tables and where we stand so far. Okay, so Premier League, after 5 games, we sit in 9th place, only 2 wins from 5, 2 losses from 5, which is certainly not good enough, so we do need to improve, and with 2 games against Everton and Chelsea today, that gives us a good chance to climb up the table. Okay, well, we just quickly zip through the leagues. I'll show you the Champions League group because this has been drawn since we last spoke. And so we've got AIK, Club Brugge, and Dortmund. I am planning to show you the Dortmund game. I will probably show you another game or two, maybe from the qualifying stage. But we're not going to really concentrate on Champions League until the knockout stage, until it really matters. And as for the European Championship qualifiers, they are all over, done, finished with. We've played all of our 10 games, and as you can see, we comfortably topped the group, won 8 of our 10 games, drew 2, didn't lose a single game, and didn't concede a single goal. So very good performance from England, and only hope that we can carry that through to Euro 2020 and really be a force in the latter stages of that competition. Right, so just before we get into this Man City game, I'm just going to play a little video that I pre-recorded about the transfer window. Just go through the close of the transfer window, have a look who we got in, who we sold, and how it makes the squad look now. Okay, so this is how the transfer window looks with an hour left. Very unlikely that we're going to bring in any more players. So in the only in of the whole window is Mario Gaspar, and we will check him out in a second just to see, where he plays, how good he is, what it's going to look like. And players out, this is the one that slightly worries me. Mendy, Walker, Gundogan and Delph. That's 3 fullbacks out of the club. And a central midfielder. Now, obviously, we've been buying fullbacks. We've got Kimmich, we've got Rodriguez at left back. We bought Saul in at centre midfielder to replace Gundogan. So I think we can get away with it. But let's have a little look at the player depth in the squad and make sure that we can survive with losing these 4 players. Okay, so new signer Mario Gaspar. He's a right back, 28 years of age, 81 overall rated. Just arrived from Napoli for 18.9 million. I don't know whether we needed him. I mean, we've sent Danilo out on loan to Eibar, and we've got Kimmich at the club. So we had 2 good options already, but we loaned one out. But it's only 18.9 million. It's not as if we went and spent silly money on him. But as for the rest of the squad, goalkeepers, we're looking fine. We've got plenty of goalkeepers. Still got Edison, Claudio Bravo there. Everyone else paling in comparison to me. In terms of centre-backs, I think we look fine. I mean, we've still got Chiellini at the club, Mangala. There's players getting better. Denaya's getting better. Vincent Kompany's getting older now. John Stones, Soule, Laporte. So we're fine for centre back. We did lose a left back, and it looks like Zinchenko's possibly retrained as a left back. I never thought he was a complete left back. I knew he was capable of playing there. But Ricardo Rodriguez being the number 1 pick. Fernandinho holding midfielder, that's not a problem. And then in the middle of the park, if we look, we've got Saul rated 87. I mean, we've got obviously Kevin De Bruyne, etc., who are attacking midfielders, and these are the sort of players that are filling that central midfield role. So I don't think there's any real problem with the squad. If anything, we've got rid of players that we replaced while they were still at the club. So I don't think anything major from this transfer window. Just maybe a shame that we didn't bring in another player. I'm kind of looking for the moment that we decide to replace Aguero. He can still do a job, certainly now he's class. He's rated 88, only 31. But in the next couple of seasons, I'd be looking for them to possibly replace him, especially as Gabriel Jesus is now up to an 89 and only 22 years of age as well. So Gabriel Jesus is the future, but then maybe they think Mecca can come in behind him, but I think he's got a long way to go yet. Okay, well, we're all caught up, so without further ado, let's get into this game against Everton and pray for a really good performance and definitely need 3 points. Big game for Manchester City and a tricky fixture as well. It's Everton versus Manchester City, live from Goodison Park. And the lineups, it's Everton first, it's Jordan Pickford in goal, Florenzi, Keane, Benatia and Plattenhart at the back. We have Besic and Gay, Holden in midfield, and then with a little bit more attack and free roam we have Schopf, Oscar and Sigurdsson, and then the lone striker of Sanabria. And the Manchester City lineup, it's the main man, number 23, Sean Measures in goal. Kimmich, Denayer and Stones and Rodriguez across the back. Don't quite know why Denayer's in the team. De Bruyne, Fernandinho and Silva in the middle of the park. With Bernardo Silva, Jesus and Sane, the attack and front line for City. Silva inside for Jesus. Oscar with the ball forward for Everton here. He's found Sanabria, he's found him well, and he's in, and he shoots. And Measures took his time there, but did manage to gather the ball. De Bruyne and Silva playing 1-2s. De Bruyne looking for a bit of space. Surely he'll find Jesus. He does. Gives it back to De Bruyne. Silva, De Bruyne. That was good football there. And definitely the brightest moment of Man City's game so far. De Bruyne finds himself on the ball now. Finds an option in Silva. Gets it straight back. De Bruyne, Jesus on the edge, and Jesus unleashes a great strike there. That goal came out of almost nothing. It was a very slow build-up, wasn't expecting anything, but that ball across the box, the defenders lost Jesus, and a great strike on his weak foot. And he's really coming into his own, and he's certainly taken Aguero's place as Manchester City's #1 striker. A fantastic hit there. All the technique in the world needed. Really difficult strike. But Jesus finds the top right corner, beating Pickford easily. And that makes the score Everton 0, Manchester City 1. 2 minutes at a time here in the first half. And Everton do look dangerous. They're trying to create. They're probably having more of the ball than us. But we've just shown that little bit more quality than they have. And there is the half-time whistle. It's been a strange half. It's been quite slow. Both teams seem quite well matched in a way. And Man City not lucky to be 1-0 ahead. I think we've maybe just edged it, and it was a great finish at the end of the day. But the half-time score is Everton 0, Manchester City 1. Man City now running at this back line. It's Jesus gets it back from Sane, twisting and turning. He's beaten everyone. That's different class. And so unlucky not to beat Pickford there. Great feat from Jesus, and he's probably one of the best computer-controlled players that I've seen in this game, to be completely honest. I've played probably against every player, and he is absolutely brilliant. He really is. Silva into that man, Jesus. Everton looking dangerous. It's Klassen into Sigurdsson. Finds the playmaker Oscar. Sigurdsson into the striker's feet, Sanabria. Good turn. He's found Oscar. Measures comes out and squashes that opportunity. Rodriguez on this left-hand side. Looks to the feet of Sane. Sane tries to do a trick and step inside, but he's lost the ball far too many times today. He's had a poor game. Saul nicks the ball though. Silva tries to play a ball down the wide for Jesus, and Jesus shoots. Good save from Pickford. Not a great effort at all from Jesus there. Corner kick for Everton. 6 minutes left on the clock. Swung in. Keane near post and gathered well from the goalkeeper. 2 minutes at a time here. Can Man City hold on? Everton winning the ball in a good position. It's Sigurdsson. Still Sigurdsson. And that looks like that's going to be a free kick in a very dangerous area in the last minute for Everton. And they do have a bit of a free kick specialist. It's Sigurdsson standing over it. He shoots. and Measures is there. It was always obvious where he was going, and that is going to be the full-time whistle, and that could be a big, big turnaround for Man City's season. 3 points away to Everton is always a great result, and we certainly can't turn our noses up at that. And after 90 minutes, the score is Everton 0, Manchester City 1. And after the game, we played an 8.0, which is a really good rating for a goalkeeper. We caught 5 shots. We didn't have loads and loads to do, but we did have a couple of squeaky bum moments where we had decisions to make, and we made the right decisions. Passing was 100%, even though we only made 4 passes. But altogether, really good result, and hopefully that result can turn our season around. Okay, so now we have a game against AIK in the Champions League. I'm going to play that off camera, and we will come back for the Chelsea game, which at the moment it's a bigger game for the club. We certainly need to be beating Chelsea in the Premier League, and I will fill you in on the result of the AIK game after the Chelsea game. So let's get straight into the game against Chelsea. Big game from the Etihad today. It's Manchester City versus Chelsea. Manchester City lineup. It's Sean Measures in goal. Kimmich, Soulé, Laporte and Rodriguez. Very strong defence for us. Saul, Fernandinho and De Bruyne are in the middle. Good to see Saul getting a start. And Silva, Jesus and Sané in the front 3. I'd like to see Raheem Sterling get a couple of starts. Very unlike me to say that. And the Chelsea line-up here, we have Courtois in goal. A back 4 or 5, back 5 that consists of Zappacosta, Ampadu, Zuma, Miazga, never heard of him, Alonso, Bakayoko and Kante holding, Willian, Morata and Hazard the front 3, a very dangerous Chelsea side. Kante. The hopeful ball forward there. Soulé trying to do his job, can't. Hazard is in, and early doors. Shaw Measures comes out and stops the attack. Gabriel Jesus lays one off to Saul. Surely he'll look out right. He doesn't, and he's lost the ball for a 3rd time early on in this game. Not a good start for Saul, and here come Chelsea. It's Kante looking for a run down the right here from Willian. Will he work the cross? What will he do? He turns back. Looks on the edge for Bakayoko. Bakayoko shoots, and an acrobatic save from Measures to keep it at 0-0. Corner kick Chelsea. Morata charging into the Manchester City half. Lays one back, and then a long ball played over to Willian. And that should be simple for Manchester City, but it's not. Willian has the ball. Bakayoko. Chelsea with a patient build-up. It's Kante, and easily for Measures. Sane turns his man really, really well. Now he's got space to run into. Puts the cross in. Saul wins the header. Jesus is there. And the man that's made all the mistakes today has been Saul. And he won that header like an absolute pro against the defender. And set up Jesus for another fantastic finish. Chelsea been by far the better team for the opening 38 minutes. But it's Manchester City who take the lead. Great cross, great header, and a really tidy finish from Jesus there. It's Manchester City 1, Chelsea 0. Free kick to Manchester City 3 minutes before the half ends. He goes short to Laporte. Soulé, Saul, Bernard, and straight into the keeper's hands. 2 minutes added time. Can Man City create a chance here? And that's going to be a free kick to Chelsea. No, a free kick to Manchester City. Sorry, I didn't think that was gone our way. But it's De Bruyne in the last minute of the first half. Pings one in. Bernardo Silva makes the header. And Courtois is there for the easy save. And that will be it for the first half. And like I said in the goal there, Chelsea by far the better team. Created the best chances. They've been solid. They've been winning all the interceptions, all the loose balls, second balls. They've been winning the lot. And still haven't had any brilliant shots at us, but we've been called upon 2 or 3 times to make a save. But the half-time whistle, it's Manchester City 1, Chelsea 0. Saul into the feet of Jesus. Jesus trying to take on his man, but he finds Fernandinho in space. A lovely ball through to Sane down this left-hand side. Cuts back. Can he find the option? Finds Fernandinho bundled over. Sane's in, and Sane scores. And I would have liked to think if Sane hadn't have put that in, that we would have got the penalty, but I'm not so sure. But it doesn't matter anyway. Manchester City have gone and got a second goal 5 minutes into the second half. And it's a really, really good start. Well played by Sane. Fernandinho unlucky, clever from Sane for the follow-up, and a tidy, tidy finish. 5 minutes into the second half, it's Manchester City 2, Chelsea 0. De Bruyne. Lovely little ball out wide to Bernardo Silva. Now it's Saul. Bernardo Silva into the feet of Jesus. Chance here. He's run it wide. Gets the cross in. Sane there. Maybe no. Zappacosta got there and nearly put that into his own net. And that's going to be a corner kick. It's going to be Bernardo Silva to come off. Lamar will replace him. Haven't seen him in a while. And Willian will go off for Chelsea. And his replacement, not 100% sure who that was. But the corner kick to come in for Manchester City. Front post, Soule's there, and good hands from Courtois. De Bruyne, clever little ball to Sane. Sane's going to play one through to Jesus. Jesus got a chance, but he stops play. Lays it to Saul on the edge of the box. Will he take a shot? He doesn't. He goes to Lamar. I suppose clever from Man City. Keep the ball into Sane. Clever turn, clever shot, and a really good save from Courtois. Williams, the new boy, inside to Kante, who finds Giroud. Giroud well outside to Williams. Now it's Kante. Kante's in. Kante shoots. And that goes wide. Kante in a very unfamiliar position for him. And he clearly got a nosebleed being that close to goal. Not the worst effort in the world, just got across it a little bit. 2 minutes out of time here. No way Chelsea can get back into this game. Man City have been good. Without being brilliant, we've just took our chances, essentially. And for 5 at the back, Chelsea were a little bit poor. But we'll take the 3 points. It's extremely valuable 3 points. And at the end of the game, it's Manchester City 2, Chelsea 0. And after the game, we played a 7.8, not bad at all. We caught 3 shots, parried 1, stripped 2 balls, 100% passing. Can't ask for any more than that. Clean sheet, 3 points, job done. Okay, so after today's episode, this is how the table stands, and it certainly looks better reading than it did 4 or 5 games ago. Manchester City sit in 6th place after 7 games with 4 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. We sit on 13 points, so technically we're joint 4th, and only 1 win, 3 points off top of the table, Liverpool, Arsenal and Crystal Palace. Okay, so in terms of where we're going to come back, we are qualified for the Euro 2020, so probably not going to show you too many internationals this season because they're mostly going to be friendlies. Well, they're all going to be friendlies. But in terms of where we're going to come back, I really want to show you the Dortmund game, but probably don't want to show you the Swansea or the Albion game. Maybe the Chelsea game, but it's the Carabao Cup. But I should imagine what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the Dortmund game with either Swansea, West Brom, or Chelsea. Not 100% sure. We have just seen Chelsea as well, so maybe we'll have a little look at one of the other 2 teams. But we're going to leave the episode there, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did enjoy it, please drop the video a like. If you're new, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next episode.